Hey guys, it's Ihasnotomato Draws here, the channel where I do things that aren't related to Team Fortress 2. Now, for this video, I'm going to be talking about these drawings that I did related to Team Fortress 2. Right now, who I'm drawing is Uncle Dane, just to get that right out of the way in case you didn't already recognize him. But yeah, it's been a little while since I've done a speed drawing thing. It's kind of because I've been sort of stockpiling these and, you know, I've been working on a lot of other stuff. But anyway. So I had this random idea a few weeks ago where I thought, you know, I really want to draw more. And every artist has this. No artist, I think, believes that they draw enough. Everyone wants to draw more. There are artists that I follow who they publish artwork like every single day and they still say that they're not enough. But that's the kind of situation I want to be in, is I want to be making something every day. As unrealistic as that is, you know. So I had this idea like, oh, what should I draw every day? And I thought, you know what would be a really good idea? Other Team Fortress 2 YouTubers. Now, there are many reasons for why I wanted to do that. Mainly because, well, there's a lot of reasons. One of them was that, you know, okay, it gives me something to draw every day. The other reason being that, you know, this could really help me sort of, I don't know, cement my name in the TF2 community a bit more. Because that's, if for those of you who don't know, that's sort of my big goal right now, is just to try and really make a name for myself. I'm in a situation right now where I feel like, in regards to the Team Fortress 2 community, sorry if I sound a little bit nasally by the way, I'm still a little bit sick. You know, like I feel that a lot of, I just feel like the higher ups, you know, in the community, they don't know that I exist at all. So I'm trying to kind of get myself out there and make more of a name for myself. And because it takes me, you know, a while to make my videos, you know, I thought, what can I produce more often? And that's the other thing. It's like I want to be able to produce something way more often. Now, you might also notice that obviously I'm not doing it every single day because I also have somewhat of a standard of quality that I like to keep up to myself, you know, only to myself. I bet, like, if I drew something that, like, was way below my standard of quality, I doubt anyone would notice. But I just, you know, when I was drawing this picture particularly, you know, I'm kind of trying to rush through it a bit, because my idea was I just want it to be like an hour or so. And I think it only took like 2.5 hours, 2 hours to draw. So the whole idea was it's just supposed to be a real quick, like, exercise for the day. But they've gradually become slightly more than that, and, you know, as soon as I you know, got, like, I guess to this point of the drawing, I'm like, this is not something I can do every day, you know. I just don't have the time, or the, or just, like, I don't know, the motivation, I guess. It's not motivation, it's just, how do I describe it? It's just very, it's a daunting task to do this every single day, you know, and, I don't know, with my standard of quality, you know, I'm only adding on more and more time to the whole process, and that kind of like takes away from the point of it. What I should be doing is like just a doodle, you know, just like a quick little sketch, and that's it, you know. Just to draw something. That's the idea of it, I guess. It's like, what I'm trying to say is that I was kind of going against my goal. You might also notice that, by the way, just with this drawing, that I've still got some sketch lines going on. I had a weird moment there where I was trying to erase them between the lines. That's because I accidentally merged my sketch layer with my my outline layer, because I'm a dummy dum-dum. But, oh well. Tell you what, having a lot of fun with colors here as well. Trying this kind of slightly different but newish color scheme to the default. I know I have the Team Fortress 2 color scheme thing there, but I'm only vaguely referring to that. I'm mainly kind of just making up my own colors as I go along, and it's real nice. And I'm using my my little shading technique of you know, going around the wheel in different areas to try and make the shading colors. But anyway, so I decided to draw Uncle Dane first because I super love, respect, and admire his work greatly. I don't know if I can really define it much more than that. For me, he's like one of the ultimate, you know, Team Fortress 2 creators. You know, he's the kind of person that, you know, I've watched his videos over and over again so many times, and it's such like a spectacle to see. And just, especially as an editor myself and a content creator myself, he's just completely admirable. I love his work. So I thought, you know, I gotta do him first. You know, he's just, he's a big part of my influences and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, I guess jumping right on to the next one. Okay, for this next one, I decided to draw Doomsday.exe, or Dooms, or Doomsday, or whatever he wants to be called, I don't know. And the reason I wanted to draw him is because while I was sort of, getting through these, or, getting into drawing these pictures, I decided that, I saw that Doomsday had recently reached a pretty big subscriber milestone, and he was getting them really, really quickly. I thought, you know what, to celebrate that, I think he should be next. So I just thought, yeah, let's just draw him. It's as simple as that, really. That's the thing about this whole, little series that I've got going on here, is that, I just want to do them, it's kind of spur of the moment kind of thing, there are certain pictures in this, as it is, just me trying to figure out what pose to do. You can see here I'm figuring out how I want the hand to look, and it's difficult, I don't know. That's always been a kind of difficult thing. I've been drawing for my comic and stuff like that. I've been trying to do this, hand on hip kind of look, and it's really randomly difficult for me to do. I don't know why. What's also good about doing these exercises is that it allows me to draw the Team Fortress 2 classes more often and try and get myself a bit more familiar with them, which is quite nice, because I pretty much only exclusively draw the Pyro, and I've been drawing the Scout a lot recently as well, though, but that's a whole other topic for another day. Although, that's actually a good idea, it's in a way. Sorry, I'm kind of speaking to myself right now. But just sort of, why am I drawing Scouts all the time? Well, maybe you can figure it out. And it's like a secret little thing that only people that watch this channel will know, Because I've been thinking how I could tease this, but we'll get into that later, don't you worry. There's a video coming up, but for both this channel and the other one. Anyway, enough of that. We're talking about this now. We're drawing Doomsday. Admittedly, I don't watch Doomsday as much as, say Uncle Dane, but, I recently got into him, is the thing, and I really like his stuff. I really like, he's really cool to me in that, particularly on Twitter, he stands up for what's right, he calls out the bullshit, he's keeping an eye, he's helping out the community greatly as well. There's been some instances just in the last few weeks and stuff of him just, saying, hey, there are these people going around, they're scamming people or whatever, or, they're assholes and they're pretending to be someone else and calling them out and things like that. I don't know, I think that's really I think that's a cool, just stance. It seems to me it just comes so naturally to him, and I like that. I don't know, I'm very bad at words today. It's been a little while since I've recorded anything, I guess, so I sound a little bit iffy. I don't know. But what was I saying? I'm already completely lost. Oh yes. I really admire the way that he's looking out for the community, he's looking out for his fans, he's looking out for people within the community. I think that's the thing that made him really kind of blow up recently, was that he made a video calling out a Splatoon YouTuber who I think, if I'm correct, he was pretty much caught canoodling with a minor, to put it lightly. Essentially trying to court them and saying sexually explicit things to them. And he doesn't need to. I think that what I'm trying to say is that he doesn't need to do that. I wouldn't do that. It's not my area, but he does, and I think it's cool that he's like, I don't know, he takes it upon himself to sort of, let us know what's going on in that regard. I'm very bad at wording things, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I respect that he's looking out for people. He's very okay, sorry. He's very, he's empathetic. He's looking out for us, and I'm very bad at wording things. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to draw him. I thought he's a cool guy. He deserves a drawing. He deserves some fan art about him. Got to put those nice sunglasses on him. his loadout, you know, it's one of those situations where I'm kind of learning a little bit about these people's loadouts that I didn't actually know about. Like, Doomsday's loadout is very simplistic, you know, aside from the unusual, scorching flames, unusual towering pillar of hats he's got there, but he's just got, you know, the summer shades and a beard that I always forget the name of. It took me a while to find it, actually, when I was looking for references. But anyway, speaking of beards, next up we got Soundsmith, and yeah, I love Soundsmith stuff as well. As you might tell, there's a bit of a theme between all these guys, and I respect and admire them quite a lot. Soundsmith particularly, he's my friend, well, Aaron, I suppose. You know, you guys should probably know who Aaron is if you've followed my Team Fortress 2 channel. You know, he's a big fan of him as well, and he suggested that I draw him next. I'm like, hell yeah, man, I'll draw him next, why not? And this is sort of where I've started to be a bit more playful with it, not just having them stand around necessarily, but maybe do a bit more of an intricate pose. I thought, what would suit him well? And I don't know, this kind of playful, you know, walking kind of pose, you know, haphazardly handling the market gardener sounded pretty, you know, pretty good for me. This is the drawing actually that blew up the most on Twitter, because he actually retweeted it, and he's got a lot of followers, so that was really awesome. You know, I tell you what, and that's actually that's one of the things I kind of forgot to mention at the beginning. One of the reasons that I really like doing this is for two reasons. One, it gives me a small sense of satisfaction, but two, I know that it gives them a sense of satisfaction. And, you know, like, I've received a little bit of fan art in my day. I've got a wall of fan art, for those of you who don't know. If you make any kind of fan art, I'll put it on the wall, and I tell you what, it's the best gift ever. You know, I don't like to play favorites, but I'm serious. Like, if you make fan art for someone, unless they're really cold and immune to it somehow, that is the greatest gift you can give them, because there's so much that goes behind it, right? If you're an artist, you respect how much time, you know, the drawing went into it, and then you think they drew it just for you, and it's of you, so they respect you and they admire you enough to want to draw you and spend that time making it. And that's the coolest fucking thing in the world to me, you know. And I don't know, it's just like, it makes my cold dead heart nice and warm with joy. You know, that's why I have the fan art wall, so I can look at it and remind myself, you know, on the dark times, you know, that there are people out there who, you know, like me enough to want to make fan art. I just think that's the coolest thing. So I wanted to give back to people, you know. I want to, you know, what I feel like is the ultimate gift I want to give out as well, you know, the peace offering, if you will, you know. You know, hello, I love your work, I respect you, I admire you, here is my way of showing it, you know, I'm going to draw for you. As well as the fact, there are so many reasons that I've done these drawings, but, you know, there's also the fact that by getting my name out there, it gets my name out there as the two things that I am, which is an artist and a Team Fortress 2 creator, content creator, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But, yes, so we're drawing Soundsmith, you can already tell. And Soundsmith has a beard. Now, why is that important? Well, because someone actually came up to me after I was showing them the pictures I've drawn. I'm pretty happy with them, as you might imagine. Each one is getting more and more work put into them. And they said, why do they all have beards? And I was like, you know what, they bloody well do, don't they? They all got beards. So I think I need a beard. That's what I need to make to be a awesome Team Fortress 2 YouTuber. That's the final step. But Soundsmith, his build is actually pretty simple as well. He's got his orange beard. He's got his orange Dr. Seuss hat, whatever. Dr. Dapper's Topper Tapper or something like that. Is that what it's called? I don't remember. He's got his Blapper badge, which is also really cool. Nice little badge. Pretty fun to draw, actually. Just, you know, with the rainbow and all that. And so was the market gardener. It was also a weirdly fun thing to draw. I don't know. That's kind of the point of this as well, is that it's fun. There's a lot of points to this. There's a lot of reasons that I did this, and I really need to make more. Right now, I just decided to do the first 4. It was originally just going to be the first 3, but then an opportunity came up for the last one, which we'll get into in a bit. Sorry if I sound nasally. God, I'm so conscious of it because I feel like I gotta like sneeze, but not at the same time. It's very distracting, for me at least. Yeah, but an opportunity came up for the next one. We'll talk about that then. But I'm thinking what might do for this series is that I'll draw like a batch of these over the course of a week or two, and then I'll make another speed drawing video. I don't know, would that be too much? Would that not be enough? Would that, you know, do you get the point? You know, they'll all pretty much be similar to this, except I'm drawing different YouTubers. Well, TF2 content creators, I should say. I don't know. You guys can let me know. Anyway, on to the final piece. Alright, so this final piece is actually pretty unique in that it wasn't just me making artwork. It was actually a commission from Chloemew, a very prominent artist in the Team Fortress 2 community, which was fucking awesome. Now, if you're wondering, do I do commissions? The answer to that is actually no. Currently, I don't do commissions. I do plan on doing them in the future, but this was an interesting situation where Chloe had posted on Twitter, hey, are there any people out there, any artists that are interested in commissions? I have some spare keys or whatever. And I'm like, this is an opportunity. I, you know, might as well throw my hat into the ring, you know, whatever. Didn't actually expect her to pick me, but she did. She was really impressed with my Soundsmith piece, and she was like, yeah, can you do that for me as well? I was like, hell yeah, I can. Because I was like, this is the opportunity. I finally get to, you know, interact, you know, work with one of my inspirations, you know. So that was, you know, super exciting. Unfortunately, though, the whole process of actually getting to this point, which, by the way, you might notice that I haven't actually posted this piece anywhere. It's because, you know, it being a commission and stuff, it's up to her to do what she wants with it. She can repost it, she can not, whatever. You know, but she gave me permission to show you this speed drawing, by the way. So, just putting that out there. I thought this was my opportunity to work with Chloemew, so that's why I was so excited. And that's why I did it. But unfortunately, it took a while just to get it all underway, because I guess, you know, this is the inherent problem of me living in Australia, which is for 99% of what feels like the rest of the world, you know, is on the opposite side of the world, which means that time zones are fucked. So, after she said, hey, can you do my scout, I said, yeah, totally, absolutely, you know, just send me some pictures. And like 24 hours went by or something, no pictures were sent. I was like, oh, you know, hey, so I sent her, I atted her, you know, mentioned her on Twitter. I was like, do you still want this commission? She was like, oh yes, sorry. Posted the pictures of the scout. I'm like, all right, I'll get it done. And I think like that night, or maybe the night after, I just I got the scout done. Super fun. Like, as you can tell, I had a lot of fun, like playfully figuring out like how the legs would go and stuff like that. I really like the expressiveness in the face as well. That drawing, by the way, that reference down there, I believe she drew herself. I'm not actually sure, but that's not my drawing. Is basically what I'm trying to say. And oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I get it all done. And then I once again, I at her on Twitter. I say, hey, the picture's done. You know, just message me and we can talk about the details. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't just message her right off the bat, from my understanding, the way that Twitter works is you can only directly message someone who is following you, right? So I can't message her because she's not following me, but she can message me because I'm following her, right? So I have all of my, like, every time I want to talk to her, I got to speak through I gotta like mention her publicly on Twitter. So I said, can you message me? And she's like another 24 hours goes by and she's like, what platform would you like to message me on? I don't know, Twitter. And like another 24 hours go by and it's like 5 a.m. for me in the morning. I'm still awake because my sleeping schedule is completely and utterly fucked. And she messaged me, and I'm like, hey, hi, you know, you just called me. I'm about to go to bed, but you know, I'm here, and nothing. So I go to bed. And then the next night rolls around, and I'm like, hey, you around? And then like 2 hours go by, and so she's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm like, okay, tell you what, you know, we'll just figure it all out now. And I was like, it look, just here's the sketch, here's my trade link, here's the thing, all of that. She's like, all right, I'll give you the keys when I can. And then like another 24 hours goes by. She gives me the keys, I give her a commission, and all was well. But my goodness, it took a while to get it all sorted out. But you know, to be honest, like thinking back on people that I've commissioned and stuff, sometimes it can take that long. And I think a lot of it does come down to the fact that, you know, I live in Australia and it's really, really difficult to communicate with people. But, oh well, you know, it's just how things are. But it makes me wonder, like, you know, in future, if I'm going to do commissions and stuff, maybe I'll have like a method of doing it where I'll try and engage in a conversation with that person and really try and, you know, figure all out the details as quickly as possible. You know. But, you know, either way, it was nice working with her, nice communicating with her. She seemed pretty happy with the piece, so that was all well and good. And I was happy to do it. So, anyway. I have been Ihasnotomato. This has been Ihasnotomato Draws. This has been a speed drawing of some Team Fortress 2 creators. I will probably make more. I have no immediate plans to make them, but that doesn't mean, like, I mean, I'm not going to do it today, but maybe I'll do it tomorrow. That kind of situation. They're kind of just fun little exercises for me, less than a, I've got to do this kind of situation, you know. But anyway, we'll see. You'll see. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this speed drawing type of video as well. Like, well, in that, when I make like another 4, do you want me to make another video? You know, that kind of situation. I don't know. Anyway, I've been Ihasnotomato. See you guys next time. Goodbye.